Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up them seatbelts because once I am done with this tier list, you would want to jump out of this imaginary moving vehicle on the highway hoping you kiss another car on the way out. But yes, we are here again today doing another tier list. Probably one of the last ones for a little bit until something else happens that requires a tier list for you guys to complain about. So as you saw on the title, we are ranking the wonder weapons of Call of Duty Zombies. There's a lot of them. Quite arguably more than the population of India and communist China combined. So let's get this started and allow me to show off the tiers and whatnot. The rules for this list is simple. I will be ranking it based off of their damage. Now most of these give infinite damage, so the secondary ranking will be the ammo, which really won't make a difference, but still. Here we are, the lovely wonder weapons from World at War up to Cold War if I'm not mistaken. Now the tactical things such as the monkey bombs, skirmishes, etc, are not counted here. Why? I don't know, ask the damn guy who made the tier list. Probably because they're not even wonder weapons, rather they're just throwables that you can get 3 of. Anyways, moving on, we have our lovely tiers from S to F. Or what I should be saying is from best shit ever to worst shit ever. Now, I understand that a lot of you folks like a wonder weapon more than the amount of lube Diddy had after the raid. But also understand that these rankings are also in my honorable, biased, and of course factual opinion that is never wrong and most certainly righter than socks with sandals. Regardless, I think that's enough of me yapping. Let's get this going with the first weapon, the ray gun. The first wonder weapon in Zombies. Some believe it originated in Noct, but fun fact, it was actually in the World at War campaign on the second mission, Little Resistance. That clip is from streaming the campaign on Veteran. Be sure to check those streams out. I'm sure you'll love them as well as the other campaigns on Veteran. Moving on though, the ray gun is easy. It's going to be up in the top tier. Next up is the Winter's Howl. They could really have gotten better pictures for these wonder weapons, I will tell you what. Anyways, personally, I think the Winter's Howl gets dicked on a bit too much. Now, I'm not saying the gun should go up to S tier, but I think I could do worse on this list and rather take the Winter's Howl. Now, as much as me defending it, all in all, I think I'm going to put it above the worst shit ever. It's bad mainly because after like round 20 on 5, hell, probably earlier, you empty the mag and some of the zombies will still be running at you, and you would run out of ammo quick as shit. That's all I'm going to really say about it. Let's move on. Do I really need to talk about the next 3 weapons? I made a short about how the wave gun is the best of all of these 3. Link to that in the description. But I also don't really think I need to talk about it. We all know what they are and what they do. Yeah, let's just go get these 3 wonder weapons over with. Anyways, now back on track. The Call of the Dead wonder weapon, the VR11, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this shit is kind of useless. I mean, the only use that it has is turning a zombie human and becomes practically a monkey bomb for a solid 10 seconds, give or take, especially when you are near water, maybe less. Now, admittingly, the VR11 Pack-a-Punched is pretty good. Shoot the zombie 3 times, it will explode and kill other zombies around it. George will leave for a moment if he's shot in the water, but the main problem with all of that is the ammo. It's quite small, so it's good for like a minute at least, another minute at it at most. I think D tier would suffice for this. The Baby Maker. Not gonna try to pronounce the actual name of the wonder weapon, but it's on the map I dread the most, Shangri-La. The wonder weapon itself is really good. All it does is make the zombies smaller and you can run them over. It's fun to use. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in S tier. I'm actually so shocked I recognized that wonder weapon off the picture. I mean, look at it. Holy shit. The same thing goes with the Scavenger. I'm actually proud of myself for knowing that because look at that fucking picture. But again, it is exclusive for Call of the Dead. It's a sniper that blows up the zombies. Honestly, if George wasn't on the map, it would do this gun some justice. The gun practically does infinite damage. It's pretty solid in my opinion. However, you gotta look at the minor details. Unintentionally hitting George, needing PhD or you down yourself. Its ammo isn't anything special. The sniper is a bolt action, so you can take your time with the weapon. I think I'm going to be putting it in A tier. Oh boy, I really don't want to talk about this gun. The jet gun. Yup, worst shit ever. You have to travel throughout all of Tranzit to get the parts one at a time. It takes like 10 to 15 minutes to build it. That alone making people not care too much to use it. The only thing you need it for is if you were doing the Richtofen side of the Easter egg. If you actually have the patience to build the jet gun, you can use a good 30 seconds of it before it breaks its shit down into the original parts, which can be a hassle to rebuild depending on where you are on the map. Now you can argue that strat people do with spam holding it for a train to take out a couple of zombies at a time as it slowly cools down, but that's if you want to do that strat for a high round. As a casual player, this shit is not it. The Sliquifier. Before it got nerfed, it would 100% be an S tier, but I think it's a proper A tier at best. It does its duties, especially when doing the elevator strat. Apothecant Servant. Shoots a black hole, does infinite damage, sucks the zombies. After the sucking, you get set. I'm sorry, I can't say this with a straight face. Overall, I think I'll just put it in an S tier. It's a solid gun in the rankings. The Blundergat. I don't think we are ranking the Acid Gat here, but it does classify as an upgrade, so we'll count it as that. Just plainly a one-shot weapon that spreads more than fucking peanut butter. Acid Gat does work wonders, but like other weapons, it does fall off. I think it's a solid A tier, though it definitely is clawing its way up to S tier. Hell, I'll even put it at the top of A tier. This one's a bit tricky, but it's most certainly in these top 2 spots. I mean, you can take advantage of these kinds of things if they become weaker and weaker. Plus, if we want to include the Magma Gat in this as well, I think it would be perfectly fine in the same place. Paralyzer. Infinite ammo, to put that in perspective. Slows the zombies down. You float everywhere if you utilize it correctly, of course. I'm thinking I'm going to put it in S tier. I'm just going to put it there. I also want to say that a lot of these wonder weapons will collapse on a high round being like 70 or something. And being a casual zombies player that goes for round 30, sometimes higher if I'm not bored out of my mind, these weapons are quite powerful for me because ain't no way in hell I'm going to wither my life trying to get to an extreme high round doing the same shit over and over and over again while these guns get weaker and weaker and weaker. Anyway, moving on, we got the Ray Gun Mark II. 3-burst version of the Ray Gun does great damage, especially pack-a-punched. It does carry out for a while. I'm putting this in S tier alongside the Ray Gun Mark I. The Ray Gun Mark III. I mean, also a great wonder weapon, especially with its different variants. Also S tier, there really isn't anything else to say about it. The Lightning Staff. Out of all of the staffs, this one is the most mid-staff. Honestly, I would take this if I was desperate. I mean, sure, it does its duty with damage, but compared to the other staffs, I just can't be bothered. Now, the Fire Staff, a different story. I understand in the higher rounds in Black Ops 2, the game would crash if you had the Fire Staff, but after giving you my statement on being a casual player, it does damage wonderfully. I think I'm going to put it in the banger section here. Now, the Ice Staff. Very different story, probably the best staff offered in Origins. Everyone uses it, and there's even that glitch with the Claymore that kills the zombies once they're frozen, and I see a lot of people grind their way to the top rounds with this staff. And even I used it myself, and I think I could get to a high round with it. I'm going to put this one in S tier. Now, the Wind Staff, you do get infinite damage, but little ammo. You know, your usual pros and cons to life. I think it would do a great job in Smash and Pass. It gets the job done, just not something you would want to hold on to further down the game. Now onto the bows. They all kind of offer the same thing, just in different ways, so in the end, it's just what you prefer to get. I'm willing to rank all of these in A tier, except the regular bow. That shit goes in Let's Not Please. The Zet's Wonder Weapon, the KT-4. Once again, after using it, it gives me Wind Staff vibes. It does its duty, but eventually you will just trade it out because of ammo or something. Hell, maybe try to hit the box for it again, and that's if you don't have megas like raindrops or cashback to provide with such ammo. I'm going to be putting it in B tier right next to the Wind Staff. Another thing that I should probably mention, I'm just putting these guns in the tier. There's no slightly better than gun thing going on here, in case you didn't know that already. The only time you see me do that voluntarily, like the Acid Gat or Blundergat, whatever one you like to call it, is because I am a bit skeptical on which tier I want that in. Now, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing this next gun, so I'm just going to spell it out for you. Next up is the CRBRS from Cold War's Mauer. I mean, it's definitely in the top 2 tiers. I mean, honestly, Cold War Zombies is just easy in general. Any wonder weapon is great in its place. Fuck it, we're putting it in S tier. You can get practically infinite ammo from drops and shit, and it's just a good wonder weapon. Fight me. Ah, yes, Dead of the Night, yeah, that gun. The Alistair Annihilator. I mean, it's pretty good, but I think I would have it just to say I have it, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and put it in A tier. I think the gun itself is pretty decent and a mad lad pack-a-punched. Not joining S tier, but I think it does its justice of being a banger. What the hell are these pictures? What is this? Oh wait, is that the Orion from 9? I'm not gonna lie, I'm putting this in like I'm desperate. I think it would hold a great spot there. Yes, it's unique. Yes, it kills. No, it doesn't kill fast. By the time I finish waxing my pubic hair, then I would probably get a kill with it. I just think there's more weapons that can get the job done when I'm on the goddamn clock here, man. The D-Machine. Holds different variants, but I think it's safe to say everyone uses the lightning one. I think it's a banger. I mean, the only problem is the ammo, but you can always get it back by sucking the zombie. Let's just move on. Yes, it will be more difficult to collect the ammo from, well, sucking on a high round, But overall, I do think we got a banger here. Now the Chrysalax. I will lie, it is fun to use and it's very unique. It's a pretty good wonder weapon. It does drop harder than a Fat Man Down Steps, but that isn't until like after round 50. I think it deserves a good A tier. It's a banger. Oh, here we go. The Riese 84. Once again, has two different variants, one being a sort of Gersh and the other being a sort of ray gun style weapon. It does its damage up to round 50 even when pack-a-punch. I think it's a solid smash and pass. It does its duty, but sooner or later, it's time for retirement, buddy. And finally on this list, the good old cannon from the Titanic and Black Ops 4, Voyage's Kraken. Once again, a variant wonder weapon with different upgrades. Damage isn't the greatest, even with the different modes. I'm sorry, but let's not, please. Well, that's it. That's all this tier list really had to offer us. This is my ranking of the guns. I must say, I kind of like these placements. But really, that does it for this video. So if you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe to see more in the future. Other than that, thanks for watching and goodbye.